my gosh, are we doing this? Hello, is this thing on? Welcome to the very first episode of That's Fab. I'm your host, MrFabulous, and oh my gosh, we are really doing this, and I'm so excited. And I'm also like, oh my gosh, have I done everything? I've been a creator now for I feel like it's been over 10 years because I've always been trying to do YouTube videos. I used to be a blogger. I just done so much for these past few years and I'm like, so now we're gonna do podcasting. Okay, let's try it. I fell in love with it actually a month ago. Two friends of mine asked me to be on their podcast and it was so much fun and just cool and I was like, let me give it a try. So actually, if you guys do not follow me on YouTube, I posted on my channel over there kind of like a little pilot episode and the response was amazing. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do this. By the way, if you guys are not watching the video version, make sure you are checking out my YouTube channel, MrFabulous, where I'll be uploading videos of the episodes you guys are listening to. And I mentioned that because if you're watching right now, you can see me clearly holding a makeup brush that I made into my microphone here. And I was like, I want a microphone, but I don't want it to look like everyone else's, even though I do. I really want the whole microphone setup. But I was like, how can I make these little wireless ones cute? So I put it on a makeup brush and I think it's cute. I don't know if anyone else is doing this. So I didn't copy anyone, but if there's someone else out there who does have this, sorry about it. I feel like I thought about it in my head, but come to find out, we all haven't had original experiences. If you guys ever on TikTok, there's things that people do and you're like, oh my god, I thought I was the only one who did that, and it's something weird. Anyways, I want to start this episode off by introducing myself. Not a lot of you, a few of you may know who I am, and maybe we have some new watchers, some new listeners. If you are new here, hi, welcome. I'm MrFabulous. My real name, my government name, is Dante. And when I tell people that, they have a look on their face. They're like, oh my gosh, really? They always think it's going to be something else. I personally always thought my name should be David for some reason. There's something about that name that just, ever since I was in elementary, I was like, my name should be like David. But as I've grown into my name, I love my name. And I would never, ever change my name. My name is attached to greatness. And, I love my name. So, my name is Dante, if you guys were wondering. And the way MrFabulous came out was so unexpected. It was not planned. It was not even an idea. Do you guys want to know how MrFabulous came about? And I can remember the day so clearly. I was at my mom's house and I was in the backyard. And I was signing up for Instagram. And I was like, what do I want my username to be? And then I was just put down MrFabulous. And ever since then, that name has just stuck and I've rolled with it. I didn't plan for it to, become this, name or persona or image that I've created now. It just happened and it's so fitting. And one of my favorite things that people do is call me Fab. When people call me Fab, I'm like, I love it. It's such a cute nickname. So that's where MrFabulous. Oh my god! I just realized I didn't put on lipstick. In the monitor, it looks like I have a nude lip on, but I have nothing on my lips. Oh my gosh! I need to put something on. Oh my gosh, that's so wild. I'm gonna use the Benetint by Benefit. This actually feels really, really good on the lips, and I love the color it gives. I've been really obsessed with lip oils lately. If you're watching video, you probably can see that it made not that much of a difference, but I feel more complete now. I cannot believe I did not have nothing on my lips. So I pulled up a few questions here that I thought you guys might have regarding my, content creation kind of journey here. And you guys, this is the first episode. It's going to get a lot more organized and we'll have guests on in future episodes. Trust me, it'll be fun and cool. I'm kind of a little awkward on how do I start my first episode off? So I feel like we'll do what I love doing and I'll talk about myself. So if you guys are following me on my not private, it's a chat option on Instagram. I have a little community there. If you go to my Instagram at MrFabulous, you can join my chat member group. It's called Life in the Fab Lane. And I asked you guys to ask me some questions there, and you guys did. Oh my god, look how cute my phone case is. I got it recently at Five Below. Isn't it so adorable? And you guys sent in some good questions regarding my journey. So this one was, can you tell me about how you guys started as a content creator slash influencer? And how did I get started? First of all, you guys are gonna find this shocking, but I was never into like beauty or like makeup or even skincare when I was like, you know what, that's a lie. Because in middle school, I remember, oh my god, in middle school, I remember, you guys are gonna judge me hard. In middle school, I remember walking in the hallway. Oh my god, I can remember this so clearly. And I found an eyeliner pencil on the floor. I wish I remember what brand it was, but it was good. And I picked it up and I was like, oh my god, this liner's so cool. And I love the look of like eyeliner, like just a smudge liner looks just so dope. I was also going through like my little emo phase, even though it wasn't really emo phase. I literally was just playing dress up and I just loved the vibe. And I was like, I'm going to put eyeliner on. But of course, I didn't want my parents to know or I didn't want anyone to see. But I wore it to school a few times. And I remember using that pencil, which surprisingly, how did I not get an eye infection? That's crazy. Um, I'm gonna get to the point of the question. Hold on, I just remembered this because I was gonna say I was never into beauty or makeup, but like really, that was my first experience with makeup. Was that eyeliner, and I loved it. I remember like just feeling so confident, cool when I wore it. And I remember I was in class one time and my teacher was like, "Are you wearing eyeliner?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, oh, "Okay." Very judgy when he said it. But I was just like, I feel kind. I was like, I just feel so cool with this liner on. Um, so then once that little era had passed, I was never like interested in makeup, beauty, anything of the sort. Um, and then when I was in high school, I didn't dabble into makeup till like my second semester of high school. And it was like a switch. And I don't know what was the reason, but it just became like a newfound love of mine. And what amped it up even more was that like I was a huge, am still a huge little monster. I was Gaga was like my queen, is still my queen. She was the reason why I came out. We'll do that a whole nother story time later on. But yeah, and I got into it because I wanted to wear makeup for prom. I wanted to be glam and I wanted to, just wear makeup. And I remember my best friend at the time, he knew more about makeup than I did. And he would just like show me about it. And I remember when we went to the mall, I got samples at Sephora of like foundations to try. And my first eyeshadow palette was the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and the Urban Decay Electric palette. Like those two were like my jam. And those were like the first ones I bought to start my makeup journey. And I just fell in love with makeup. And you guys, at the time, doing a smoky eye or doing any kind of eyeshadow was like so like foreign to me. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how to like place it. I was like, how are these girls doing it? It looks so like effortless and like good. And I remember just practicing and practicing and practicing. And it just never came out until one day it finally did. And I was like, I did it. And my love for it just grew stronger. I remember watching Jaclyn Hill, Nicole Guerrero. Nicole Guerrero was one of the first I watched. She was the one I learned to for contouring, I think. Yeah, I remember contouring because I remember I went to CVS and I got the Age Rewind concealer. And I was like bronzing and contouring and highlighting. And she was one of the ones, Carly Bible, Jaclyn Hill, if I didn't already mention her, Patrick Starr. A lot of the OGs I was watching at the time taught me how to do makeup. And to this day, people ask me, they're like, how'd you learn how to do makeup? Like, just how'd you learn? And I said, literally YouTube, self-taught, and just a lot of practice. That's how I learned. Now going into the question of how did I become a content creator, influencer, I remember blogging. I think I mentioned this right in the beginning of the episode. I remember blogging and doing YouTube when I was younger in middle school. Middle school, I was doing YouTube and I was doing fashion, like heavy on the fashion. I love to share like my outfits, hauls, and I was just sharing that on my channel. It didn't go anywhere, it didn't do anything, but I just loved being on the camera. I remember being in my closet unboxing a Louis Vuitton belt that I had got for my birthday. I was filming it on my phone in the closet. Like, I wish I had footage of that because it's just crazy. But that's how I started. And I didn't know what an influencer was. I didn't know what content creating was. I didn't know any of that. I knew what a YouTuber was, and I knew that I wanted to do that. And then it grew into when I started Instagram, is when it started to become content creation and being an influencer because I followed all these other people and people I knew about, like in makeup. I was like, I love what they're posting. They're sharing their makeup. They're sharing like just their lives. I was like, it looks so cool, and I would like love to do the same. Even though I was like, I can't share like my makeup. Like it's not like there yet. It's not like um who was the girl? Was it Viva Glam? Viva Glam K, or there was one girl too who was connected to the lashes. I think it was Viva Glam K. But I remember seeing these OG girls on Instagram, and I'm like, my makeup looks nothing like that. I was like, I can't share my makeup. But then, for some reason, when I started to feel like my makeup was decent, I just started sharing it, and I loved it. I love sharing. Like in the beginning, it was all about like sharing photos of like your makeup, like your eyeshadow step by step. Um, I remember I would do like fashion posts. I would show like my outfits laid out, or I would show like my stack of the day. I would have a stack of like bracelets on my wrist, and or show my shoes of the day. Like it just started off as like something I wanted to share and do. I did not think I was gonna continue being like a creator or influencer. I was just doing me and just sharing my stuff, just like I always did. Like if you knew me, you always knew that I was like dressing up. I would always like I would just always express myself in one way or another. So on Instagram, since I got to reach like the masses, I was like I'm just sharing like who I am. So yeah, I think it really started to become like hardcore. Like I'm like, oh, I want to be like a content creator. I want to be an influencer around 2016 era. Once like the makeup community was like popping off and big, I was like, oh my god, I so want to do that. I can so be that. And at the time, I was already like doing that. And I was like, I for sure can do this. So ever since then, I've been online just sharing content from stuff that I wish I would have never posted because I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? To I have one video right now on my reels that's almost gonna hit 1 million views, and that's like the first time I've ever like been close to that number on any of my platforms. So I'm like, it's still a journey I'm on, and it's growing, every single day, and it's exciting. And I do want to continue this for I don't know how long, because I really do love it, and I still have so much that I want to accomplish. So I don't see it ending. I really love this shit. Ooh, this is a good question here. What has been the most rewarding experience you've had as a content creator slash influencer so far? I think when I went to, there's so many. When I first got my like big PR, it was from Laura Mercier. That was huge. And I was like, oh my god, Laura Mercier wants to send me PR. Like, that was like big. And another one was when I went to LA for my first beauty event, and it was for Bretman Rock and Wet n Wild. He did a collab with them, and I somehow got invited to the launch party. And I remember seeing that email, and I literally booked a ticket to LA, and I stayed with my good friend Josetti, and she was a content creator influencer I met through my boss Teresa. And I was telling her, I was like, "Are you going to this event?" And she was like, "Maybe." She's like, "There's a few that night." She's like, "I don't know which one I'm gonna make it to." And she was like, "Are you coming?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I got my ticket. I was like, I'm prepping everything now to go out there." And she was like, "You can stay with me if you want, and then we'll go to some events or whatever." And I was like, "What is my life right now?" I was like, "This is so like amazing." Like, what do you mean I have a connection in LA? What do you mean I'm getting invited to this uh, influencer launch party? Like, what? And I was just like, it was. I have a whole vlog on it on my channel. If you guys want to check it out, I'll link it down below. And that was. I remember just like I just felt like I was in the right place in my life, and it didn't. And usually, I'm the type of person to get what's the word? Imposter syndrome. Usually, I'm the type of person to get that. But no, with that trip and that experience, I was like, I'm exactly where I need to be, and just like being in the room with Bremen Rock, Jenny 69, James Charles, I was like, what? It was just so cool, and one of the many experiences that I have that I'm like, oh yeah, like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually like doing something online. Okay, this next question says, could you share some tips for someone looking to start their own journey as a content creator? And for sure, I feel like it's first of all, you got to do your research constantly because it is always changing, if not weekly, every single day. So I'm constantly like watching videos of other creators that share tips online because it's a whole lot different now. I was just reading the other day that hashtags are like not even a thing anymore, and I'm like, what? Like literally from the Instagram president, he's like, yeah, hashtags are not like that important. And I was like, what? So one, do your research. But if I had to say for someone who was starting out now, I would say just press record, be yourself, be yourself, and just share what you love. If you love it and you're showing that passion, people will gravitate towards you and will want to follow you. And it doesn't matter how many people are on the internet. There's billions of people on the internet. There is a following for every single person. I truly believe that there's an audience for every single person. And because there's people who I follow that other people may not like to follow or don't like, or it's all about who you vibe with, and you will find people who vibe with you. I've seen it single handedly. There was a girl I knew who was just very soft spoken, quiet, and just like very like just in a shell. But she grew a following and is doing the damn thing, and she still is like the same person, but just there's people who love like loud people, obnoxious people, funny people, and so everyone, like I said, has an audience and can create one. I truly believe that. So right now, all I do is just turn on the camera and just film. I honestly do it when I'm in like a good mood or headspace, which is a good segue to go into right now, because your girl has just been going through it, a good life change, you know. But really quick, I want to go and wrap up this question. Just start and try everything out. If you're doing beauty, start by just doing a get ready with me. It works. When you do a get ready with me and you share, people can relate and they'll just find something they like about you. If you're also in beauty, follow makeup trends. Like the what was it, the cappuccino girl, the icy girl makeup looks, the strawberry girl makeup looks, the all of those cute fun trends. Do them, like they literally will help you get boosted out there. Um, do product reviews of something that's like really really trendy and hot. That was one of the things that helped me with YouTube. I remember every new makeup launch, I would always like go buy the product, and I would create a video the same single day. Um, it was that serious. But you wanted to be one of the first people to put out a new product review because people were going to be searching for it. So you wanted to be one of the ones that popped up. It was this was with the Jeffree Star. This was with the Morphe days. I remember um, having to go to work, and I told my brother, "Can you stand in line for me and get this collection and I'll pay you or whatever." But I was like, that's how real and serious it was. And a lot of those videos on my channel have done so good. The one that did really good was like my um, Jeffree Star concealer review. I think that one went to like 30,000 views. Um, so yeah, there's just little things like that. The favorite people you watch what they're doing, and make it your own and try it, and you'll find your way. I definitely found my way. I'm still trying to find my way on what I like to do, but it's all a learning game because the video that I was telling you guys that was gonna hit 1 million views, I didn't put no hashtags. I barely did. I didn't put no tags in there. Nothing. All I did was just, and I thought I wasn't even gonna upload it. I was like, why am I uploading this? But I was like, I need something to post today. I just posted it, and then boom, that video now is at 960,000 views. 959, 959K. How crazy! And my Get Ready With Me, 15,000. Like, just find what works for you. And when you do find what works for you, run with it because once you see people like something, then keep on doing it. You know what I mean? So, I hope that helps. Also, you guys, I left my job. Okay, backtrack. If you guys follow me, and if you don't follow me, I was a personal assistant to this woman. Her name was Teresa Romer. Her name is Teresa Romer, not was. Um, so backtrack. I started working with her. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I believe. I was 23. Um, so I was a personal assistant for her, and I would edit her YouTube videos, help run her social media, along with other things. And a year and a half ago, about there, I left that job and I was doing my whole thing. I basically had like a little gap year in a way. Um, and I, left that job and we didn't end it like in a good way, honestly. She was getting a lot of hate and I was getting a lot of hate because we didn't really explain like how I just like left abruptly. I'm such a bad storyteller, honestly. If you guys don't know who Teresa Romer is, she got famous for having the world's largest closet, and I ended up coming on her job position when she was doing her podcast, and they found me here from Houston. They found me as a content creator, and they wanted me to share how to take like the perfect, selfie photo. And there was a whole segment on her podcast, right? So that's how we met. And then shortly after, she was like, "Would you be interested in this position?" And I was like, "Sure." I had never done anything like that. Worked with a YouTuber, worked for anyone else like as a personal assistant. So I've never done any of that. I was just thrown into it, and I was like, "Let's try it and see how it goes." Great experience ever. Like, honestly, the woman's help shape me into the person I am today. And I would not regret doing that job. And then when I left, I was just going through a lot of darkness at the time, just in my personal life, personal home life. There was just a lot going on there, and it was affecting my work. And at the time, I just like, I need to just get away from this and be over here, which was great. Was just so great. I got to spend really a good whole year living with my dad before he had passed away. And it's been 7 months now. And 3 months ago, I reached out to Teresa if I could come back. And I was fully expecting to know because of how things went. But I reached out and I was like, do you have anything I could help with or do? And she offered me my job back, which was amazing, and it was so great. But now it's been 3 months, and I found myself just not happy, and I've come to realize that I'm just chasing my old life really hard. Like I'm chasing like my just my old life, because after my father passing, so much has changed that I'm like, this is just too much change. Like, so much has happened in at that time, like 3 months, 4 months, now we're 7 months, and things are constantly still changing, and I'm like, I like really miss my old life. And I believe that's why I went back to working with her, because I needed some normalcy. I needed to feel like my old self, because I really did love the job. I loved Teresa. I loved, everything I did over there. Um, and, going back, it was great after a while, but then I found myself just not happy. And this time it was different, because it was like not really related to the job. It was more so like my life. And I'm so sorry to make this like a whole therapy session. I honestly should see a therapist. But I know some people have like already found out, and people keep messaging me. So I kind of want to just address this on this episode here. Also, my podcast. I just want to talk about like what's going on in my life also, because a lot of you do follow me and my life, and I'm sure a few of you were wondering about this, but that's what's going on right now, and I'm excited, but I'm also like, well, what now? Now I really don't have anything to connect me to my old life anymore, and it's pretty scary. Change is scary, but half of me is excited to, I guess, start my own life now and really create what I want and what I want to do. And that's what created this title. I saw a post that said, "How are you guys? Instagram is crazy. I don't know how they like. They're honestly listening to me. Like they're listening to me, because how is Instagram showing me all of these posts, and I've been saving all of them. When I went through my breakup, they were sending me all of these messages, and then when I left this job, they were sending me all these messages. Like, you guys, I have in my saved, I have all of these like quotes, but there was one that stuck out to me. I'll probably read another one right now, but it says, "However it goes, it'll end with me winning." And when I saw that, I was like, "You're right." I am excited to show you guys everything that's coming up in the future, because, and I hate that I can't share things, but it's for their greater good, because there's evil people out there. There's evil energy out there. There's evil people out there. I know it. And you can't share everything you're working on or what you're doing. But let me tell you, however it goes, it'll end with me winning, without a doubt, because of what I have going for myself and the legacy my dad has left me. So I'm just excited, and I can see my brand, my image changing and being exciting in the future, and it's around the corner. It's around the corner. And I know I'm going to be good. I'm such a like strong, smart, talented person. There's no reason why I can't reach greatness, especially who my dad is and who my family is and the people who've raised me, my mom. There's no reason why I can't touch greatness and be successful. And I'm excited because since I know I have all of that, I'm like, oh, baby, I'm like, the world is in my hands. I can do whatever I want. So that's where we're at now. And this week I did have a little bit of a, there's moments in life where things just hit you, and whenever I get a little bit, quote unquote, depressed, I do sit with it for a while. And I don't know if it's healthy. I feel like it is a little bit, but maybe not really. But sometimes I need to just sit with it, and then I know I'll come out of it. But for just a moment, I just need to just sit in it and just reflect on what's going on, and then snap out of it, and then come up with a plan. This is another good one. It says, "I'm in my I don't know how, but I will era," and exactly that. I don't know how, but I will, and I'm just gonna try everything. So you guys, I guess where I'm getting at is good things are to come, and I'm learning to embrace change, and I think that's a good thing. And, you know, for the first time ever, I'm kind of like just in the unknown, and it's weird because I'm usually I'm always like planning, like, okay, this is gonna happen, this is gonna do this, but now everything's kind of just like in the air, and I'm like, well, what do I really want to do? So, the past week I got to really reflect on that, and really jot down what do I want to do and what do I want to accomplish, and I'm excited. So I think this shit's gonna pop off. And really quick, do you like my sweater? Isn't it so cute? Comment down below if you like it. Let me know your thoughts on it. I would love to hear your feedback on it. I think it's so freaking cute. It's so comfortable and it's so cozy. So I would just love your feedback on this hoodie that I'm wearing. And I think we're going to wrap it up here. I don't want to ramble on too long or make this a longer therapy session than it needs to be. Also, if you guys are watching on the YouTube channel, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below, what do you want to see on the podcast? Who do you want to see on the podcast? And just some fun things we can do over here. Also, if you're listening on Spotify, anywhere you can stream podcasts, make sure you guys are rating. Give it a good high rating. And make sure you are following me and turn on your notifications so you guys can catch me every time I upload a brand new episode. And just thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And I really appreciate your love and support always. It never goes unnoticed. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at MrFabulous, where I'm posting all the time over there. And I'm excited to start this new podcast journey. It's going to be so much fun. Can't wait to have future guests. I literally have a whole list of people I want on here. And it's just going to be a good time. I'm excited for July. Hello, July. It's a whole fresh new month. Let's go out and chase our dreams, conquer our goals, and just give it our best, because that's all we can do. So I will see you guys on the next episode of That's Fab. Talk to y'all later.